this is easy.
What is up, GOAT World? It is me, your boy JDZ, and I'm back at you again with another GOAT format video. Every now and then, I'll be looking through the GOAT format card pool, and a card will just pop up and kind of catch my eye, and I ask myself, why does nobody play this card? It seems like it's a good card. It seems like it has a nice spot in the metagame, but still, I don't see it being played at all. A card that fits that description is going to be the card that I want to talk about today. That card is none other than Soul Exchange. Soul Exchange, very iconic, very classic Yu-Gi-Oh card coming in that starter deck Yu-Gi way back in the day. Everyone played this card. If you don't know what Soul Exchange is, I'll go ahead and take a little bit of time and read it for you. Soul Exchange is a normal spell card that says target one monster your opponent controls. This turn, if you tribute a monster, you must tribute that target as if you controlled it. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn that you activate this card. Everyone should know this card. Everyone should know what it does, but still no one plays it in this metagame. There is a defined deck. We call it Soul Control or Soul Control Monarchs or something like that. So when you think of Soul Exchange, typically you're thinking of a Monarch, and that kind of deck just isn't playable right now, just the way the meta is shaping up. But I still think that there is a way to get Soul Exchange played. Looking at the deck that I've created to try to play Soul Exchange probably isn't the most optimized deck, but this is a version of a way that I think Soul Exchange could be played. So I'll talk about this deck really quick, and then we could talk about other ways that I think Soul Exchange can be used. So obviously, based on what I just read, the strengths of Soul Exchange is it is another card that can remove Blackluster Soldier from the field or a set monster from the field. As you know, Chaos Turbo is a very prevalent and powerful deck in our format, and it's heavily predicated on setting monsters onto the field. Well, if you have cards in your deck that can remove set monsters from the field, it's going to cause problems for what the Chaos Turbo strategy is trying to do. So Soul Exchange can help you in that regard. In terms of actually triggering the Soul Exchange, I want to put the Thunder Dragons in there because you can activate Thunder Dragon, add 2 targets of Thunder Dragon to your hand. In Soul Exchange, set Thunder Dragon, Soul Exchange, summon Thunder Dragon sometimes is good enough. I mean, getting BLS off the field, getting their set Magician's Faith off the field, getting their set Spy off the field is good enough. Same thing with these blowback dragons and the Zevora the Thunder Monarch. I also put Guardian Sphinx in that situation because if I do pitch Thunder Dragon, add 2, I can Soul Exchange set Guardian Sphinx sometimes if I have it in my hand, and then it'll just kind of confuse my opponent. They'll think it's Thunder Dragon, and then bam, you're dealing with a Guardian Sphinx. So again, I know this deck is not the most optimized deck as most of the decks I put here, but I just wanted to put some ideas and concepts forward so people can maybe think about using Soul Exchange in their own way. There are some other ways, like I said, you can probably build this deck. The Soul Exchange or Soul Control Monarch type strategy is a viable strategy in Go format, but I believe right now that strategy just isn't good enough because there's too many opportunities for your deck to brick, or if you're not getting your pieces together, you're just going to have a lot of issues. Whereas a deck like this, you're not fully dependent on Soul Exchange, you're not fully dependent on the Monarch stuff. You can kind of play a normal Chaos game, and then you just have the ability to accost sets a little bit more with Soul Exchange, Blowback Dragon, Mind Control, and the like. So if you look at this deck, I have several different ways that I can go after set monsters, and it will put pressure on my opponent to kind of deal with those things. In the side deck, I kind of have some more Monarch options. I got some Mobius in there. I got Mobius in there. I got Trap Dust Shoot in there. I have Brain Control in there, and I have Cyberstein in there. I just want to try Cyberstein in a deck like this because I feel that Miss Tomato can kind of yield me a Cyberstein. I think Cyberstein can cover a lot of rogue rapscallion type mashups. You know, your library can kind of be decent against that. It could be decent against the Reasoning Gate stuff and all the kind of wild kooky decks that come up. Having access to your extra deck could be a vibe. Also, another card I think would probably be decent in a side deck like this is going back to Spell Canceller. I think playing Soul Exchange, putting Spell Canceller on the field can just be a GG for the Reasoning Gate player most of the time. So the idea behind this deck is to put pressure on those set cards by playing Soul Exchange, Mind Control, Nova Cross out, bring out a tribute guy, maybe get lucky, get some pops my Blowback Dragon. The Guardian Sphinx probably set him up like that, or we can just go Soul Exchange and put Thunder Dragon onto the field. Metamorphosis is actually pretty decent with Soul Exchange, but I just didn't want to go to a scapegoat meta kind of situation along with my Soul Exchange, along with the Blowback Dragons. But maybe in the side deck, you can have a scapegoat meta package in the side deck. Ironically enough, Mystic Walk will pair well with Soul Exchange too. Another thing I want to talk about, these Jargarees, I put those in there. I had some other cards in those slots as well. I think that's where the metas and the scapegoats kind of went to, but I realized that I was still kind of bricking a little bit even too much for my own liking. So I kind of took that stuff out, added Jar Grease just to try to help my consistency in these matches. But again, I think this deck is pretty cool. I think Soul Exchange is pretty cool, and I think it's a very playable card. So today I have a few replays from my last dueling session, and I'll show those to you guys so you can kind of get some ideas of what I'm talking about when I mention Soul Exchange being used in our current meta game. But before we hop on into replays, make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe to this channel. And while you're there, turn your notification bells on. Okay, so here we are at the replay. The first replay I have against a duelist that goes by the name of Rex OD. Rex OD is sitting at a 379. I'm at a 358. I'm climbing, so I'm still kind of low rated on the ladder, so I won't be able to get like that really good testing until I can get kind of higher up on the ladder. But with my limited amount of time, these are probably some of the matches I can get. So I'm gonna show you what I can, but still take it for a grain of salt. And always, as you're watching these videos, don't just watch my deck, but watch what the other players doing. We'll kind of talk through some of the plays that I make that are good, the plays that I make that are bad, and the same with my adversary and the decks that they're playing. So I'll keep all that in mind as we're going through this replays. So I'll play RPS, you know what I'm saying? I'll get to go first like the sacker that I am, you know what I'm saying? Doing my thing out here on the ladder, crushing it. It's like midnight, maybe 1 a.m. I'm on the ladder, getting it in. I get Delinquent Duo, see Duo, play Duo. Don't even think about it. I'm going to rip Magician of Fate. They kick Brain Control. I Thunder Dragon up. Boom. So just like that, I got my Thunder Dragon. I don't have full combo. Hands kind of bricked up a little bit. So I just go ahead and send the Mist Tomato, pro set the Heavy Storm, which, I mean, I don't know about pro set Heavy Storm here. Maybe I should have kept it, because if you look at my deck, I don't have MST. I have a breaker in there, I believe. This is like my only true spell trap removal kind of stuff. But I figure, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to set this thing, get it knocked, and my hand just completely dies right there on the spot. So I set it, maybe it has a little bit of bluffage, and I'm just going to vibe there. My opponent go ahead and draws it to the DD Warrior Lady, and they're going to set DD Warrior Lady instead of going to attack. So maybe my bluff kind of worked on my opposition there, as they could have easily have just attacked over this Mr. Tomato, got some value, and dipped. But they set it and forget it. I go ahead and have the Nobleman to cross out, remove the DD Warrior Lady, and I try to punch on in with 14, and they just go ahead and accept that 14 pass. They go breaker pop my Heavy Storm. I could have played it, but I thought I was still trying to get greedy. Maybe they would have set a couple more cards into it, and I could have got some value from it. But still, they go ahead and pop with the Breaker the Magical Warrior, and then elect not to attack into the Mist Tomato. So I'm chilling. I go into my draw phase. No trap does shoot. Snatch. They're going to book, and I'm chilling here as I go ahead and tribute up for the Blowback Dragon, just trying to get a little cheeky plus in there. Blowback is going to go tails. Blowback's going to go tail, so I go ahead and miss. You know, Blowback is not doing its thing, and that's the kind of downside about this card. Like, it's a really good card. I think it's still good enough to be played, probably at a higher clip than it is, at least some of the time. Those misses do kind of add up, as I also get bluffed out. My opponent doesn't have anything that can stop this attack, but they bluffed me down, so I didn't attack in. I want to preserve my Blowback Dragon as they top the pot of greed. They go ahead and rip the Delinquent Duo. I don't know about that rip there. Maybe they think that this could potentially be a discard trap, perhaps. So they want to go ahead and get those Thunder Dragons out. But I still think, you know, I'm holding Thunders. Just hang on to that Delinquent Duo for a little while, and maybe you can get some better value out of it. Unless you're planning on ripping this card destruction right here, which I don't think they do, as they go ahead and go into a Metamorphosis play right now. Take over the Blowback, but I have the TT, so we'll get a good value out of my Torrential Tribute, as we're both sitting at one card. Zaborg's going to be the top deck. Brick. Another thing I want to talk about is Zaborg in this deck. People say that Soul Exchange and Zaborg really don't mix, and I kind of agree, and I kind of don't. I really want this deck to also be able to accost Gravekeeper Spy so much. As you know, if you follow this game, GK Spy is just all over the place. It's a very dominant, evasive card. It's like taking over the game right now. So if you have two spies and I can Soul X1 and pop the other with Zaborg, I think that's a fair exchange sometimes. Or if I can Soul X the spy, pop the BLS, and then on my next turn, you know, swing over the other spy or something like that, I think it's good enough. But still, top decking it is never going to be the vibe, as they don't have anything either. They top deck. I bring out Serp, try to just get aggressive with it. Maybe they might draw a card and just set it on the field. I can Zaborg go crazy on it. They still don't do that. Still Serp, just try to keep attacking in for whatever reason. They get into the Tribe Fading Virus. I'll eat the 13. Then they'll pass back on over to me. Cool. I got Mirror Force. Serpent's coming back. No shoot. Set Mirror Force. Set Serp. Pass back on over to them. They finally ripped their Graceful Charity. And I'm like, damn. All right. Cool. They kick the Premature. Kick the Premature. Kick the Storm. Set the Face. Vibe. So I'm like, damn. go ahead, hit into the tribe, no big deal. And I have this juicy Minecon. Main deck Minecon is a vibe. You know, I think that is something that also probably should start happening more, as Turbo is just becoming so overpowered that it's like so played so often. Everyone's setting all these fates and spies. I think Minecon just being in the main deck might just be something that's just a trend that takes off. As I go ahead and Minecon Magician of Faith, I get some value out of it, and my opponent just said, you know what, I'm out of here. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. And I'm like, cool, you know what I'm saying, as they're going into a game 2 situation. So game 2, I got blowbagging, I got blowback dragon, I got soul exchange, so I'm full combo. My opponent go ahead and pot duos me, no big deal, as you know what I'm saying, this thing's going to happen some of the time, but I'm fine because I got full combo. They got this very threatening set, they got a back row, I can probably go after both of those cards with my soul exchange blowback combo.
Your soul is mine.
As I execute the move, I try to pop the set on the field. It's going to be Scapegoat. So the thing about Blowback Dragon is that when he targets, you have to change. So I kind of start flipping too soon, but if they wait, like say for instance, I didn't start flipping too soon and they give me like a thumbs up, they can't wait until you get the results and then try to chain it. You got to chain it before the results take place. So keep that in mind. Don't let people be cheating you out there. As we take a big MST, pop the Mirror Force, and then you're able to ram into the Blowback Dragon, get it off the field. And then I realized that during that time, it was me. I had a brain lapse that you can't, once I did do the soul exchange play, you can't attack. And I attacked, but we caught it a turn later and he got his token back. So no big deal, no big deal. I could not attack, and we definitely fixed that. So I go Miss Tomato, just bring it out, spam and slam. Tomato clears token. I'm going to cross out off the top like the sack artist that I am. I'm going to get the Spirit Reaper out of there and still just keep this Miss Tomato rocking. I bring out Breaker. Breaker's going to go after the Premature Burial, which they set as a bluff. You know, still trying to bluff me out. Got broken. And I go ahead and attack into the Night Ass. Night Ass is going to pop my Miss Tomato, and we're still going to be chilling. They got this... they have this Metamorphosis. Let's see if they go for it. As they go Sinister Serpent, go for a Metamorphosis here. They probably should have metamorphosized last time and got that damn Miss Tomato out of there, but it's gonna be what it is. I think this is still a good Thousand Eyes Restrict with 1600. You're attacking indirectly. That's pretty chill. But I got the Thunder Dragon up. Boom, boom. I'll go ahead and go for a Snatch Steal here. Snatch Steal, kill a token, and I will then go ahead and just tribute set. This way you play around Snatch Steal, which they just so happen to have, and also you're going to play around another Metamorphosis. So if he does go Thousand Eyes Restrict here, he'll only get a 0 stat line, and that's fine for me, as I'll be able to just draw more soul exchanges, more cards, and get rid of it later on. So I'm still kind of chilling. I bring out the Miss Tomato, clear the last token. As they chain more Scapegoats, I'm like, okay, here we go with the damn Thousand Eyes Restrict stuff. But still, even if he goes Thousand Eyes Restrict, he won't be able to attack over my my set Thunder Dragon, so we're still kind of chilling. As I got the Thunder Dragon set, I'm still not flipping it, just not trying to lose to Thousand Eyes Restrict too bad. As I go ahead and just continue to peel off, my opponent's really not doing anything, so I'm just clearing these tokens over time, gaining more cards. Well, they're gaining cards, I'm gaining cards. They got the Tech Book of Life in here, which is just crazy. I don't see, they do have Spirit Reapers and stuff, so maybe that's the tech that they're going for, like a zombie goat control, which is, you know, that's a cool deck. That's a cool deck too. As I'm still continuing on with the Mr. Tomato, but now I have a little bit more defense in this GK Spy, so I feel a bit more comfortable flip summoning the Thunder Dragon here, as now they are going to be able to get back the Sinister Serpent. I'm attacking in, doing my thing. They keep setting the Serpent, and now I'm flipping everybody, and I'm like, you know what, let's just keep going. As I go in with the GK Spy, they're really not doing anything to stop me. As they go neg on Book of Moon, they go double neg on Book of Moon. I hate that play. I think you need to take some of that damage and just keep those cards, because this Book of Moon has a lot more value to you than stopping that damage. I think you can eat at least one of these attacks, maybe even both of those attacks. You have plenty of life points, and then his Snatch Steal, Air Knight play can just go nutty, I think. So I think that's not a great play for my opposition there, as they're going to go for a Heavy Storm spot here, go for Snatch Steal, and then bring out Air Knight again. I don't like that either from my opposition. If you are watching this, or if you see this video, I don't like that. You got Spy in attack position, you got Spy in defense position. I still think you probably should go for the Snatch Steal on this, because you know what both of these cards are already based on the cards that you played. So you take the defense position Snatch Steal, on the defense position spy, and then you bring out Air Knight, you attack over the attack position spy, you clear both the spies, and then eventually Air Knight should be able to walk everybody else out of there. So I think that's another misplay on my opposition's part, as they tribute for the spy and then hit Thunder Dragon, which, you know, is going to be what it is. I draw into Delinquent Duo, immediately get some max value out of that, and then Chaos Source is going to come down and banish the Air Knight Parshaft. I flip both of the Tomato and the Spy, and I clam in for a bulky bit of damage there. They eat all that and set Magician of Faith, and again, I already got the mind control. But still, if I didn't have this mind control, I still would have Soul Exchange, I still would have Thunder Dragon, or I could just continue to attack with everybody if that's what I want to do. But I get the mind control, and I take the Magician of Faith again, and I just get another concession, because losing your faith to mind control just feels terribly. But still, I think you kind of can get the idea. I mean, we're talking concepts, okay? I'm always talking concepts and ideas. I'm never going to have the exact blueprint, because then, you know what I'm saying, that would just make me the greatest player, and I'm telling you right now, that's just not the case. But I can give you concepts, and then better players can build upon these concepts, and you can kind of continue to see what I'm talking about and try your own thing. Okay, going on to the next replay. This replay I wanted to show, it's not the most meta. I'm low on the ladder, so I got to take what I can get, but I thought this deck was so cool that I played against it. I just really wanted to feature it on the channel. So this is me versus a duel that goes by the name of Leon Rique. Leon Rique is playing a really, really cool deck, and I am going to be going second. So Leon Rique is on the play playing Fusion Gate the deck, dude. Fusion Gate getting busy. Fusion Gate return deck. I think this deck is really, really cool, and it might be something I can experiment with, or maybe if you have some deck lists, we could try that and feature it for the channel as well, because I really enjoyed seeing what was happening here. As they go ahead and go Fusion Gate, bring out Thunder Dragon. Fusion Gate, bring out the twin-headed Thunder Dragon. So Thunder Dragon for Thunder Dragon, it looks nothing like regular Thunder Dragon. Twin-head Thunder Dragon is different card, but still, that's pretty dope. You got a 2800 fat body on the field, and your return is live turn number 1. I think that's some value there. They set the return, set the ring, and just going all in. I love the approach. I love the attitude. I have Pot of Greed. I'm gonna go ahead and summon the Tomato again. I just been summoning Mrs. Tomato. I thought it was a vibe the whole time, and it just absolutely was what I was doing. I probably could have even set both. They set 2. I probably could have set the TT and the Call of the Haunted, but I just set 1. Didn't want to lose too bad to Dust Tornadoes or whatever, but still, they go ahead and ring up the Miss Tomato. We both eat the 14. They go DD Warrior Lady, and they smack me in for 28. They smack me in for 15. I eat both of those, and then they just go for the return game right here, and I would just be dead on arrival if not for this cheeky Call of the Haunted that I have lined up, as they are going to be able to crash into the Mrs. Tomato, bring out another Mrs. Tomato. They smack into that guy too, take me for 200, and then I bring out Sangan. And instead of letting the Thunder Dragons go out, they just go ahead and fuse that thing up and make another one. So they got 2 twin head Thunder Dragons and DD Warrior. I think this deck is cool. I like the idea. When it's working, I think that's really, really neat. So now I think about it here for a second. I'm like, man, I got these 2 Thunder Dragons. I got my graveyard. I have a dark monster. I don't have a light monster. I'm really like in a pickle. Like, how do I get out of this equitably? I got 1900 life points. Like, what am I supposed to do? I go ahead and I just take the risk, and I go ahead and sack up the Sangan for Zaborg and pop itself. So now I got my chaos set up, and then I can go for the BLS play. BLS, I think about just banishing DD Warrior Lady here, but they got returns and stuff in their deck and whatever. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and attack, get both of these things out of here. And then if he tries to attack me, I got the Mirror Force for the DD Warrior Lady, and then I'm just coasting on the victories. I almost try to double summon there by trying to set that spot. I can't do that. Absolutely illegal, as we're going to go and pass. My opponent draws into the damn elemental hero Clayman, so it's getting real physical over here as they kick out the Dark Hex Seal Fusion, which says you can substitute this card for any one fusion material monster, but other fusion material monsters must be correct. You contribute fusion material monsters on the field, including this face-up card. Special summon 1 corresponding dark fusion monster from your extra deck. Okay, so I think that's 2 different lines, so you should be able to use it as a substitute, but then if you activate the other effect, I believe, somebody have to correct me if I'm wrong, if this was an illegal play, because this thing is definitely not dark. This thing is definitely light, but I think they just used it as the fusion substitute with Fusion Gate, bring out the Elemental Hero Thunder Giant. And I'm like, damn, dude, this deck's doing it all. And they go all in with the DD Warley, but fortunately for me, I have this Mirror Force, and they're just forced to concede right there. So I definitely had to sack my way out. You know, I'm sacking the Fusion Gate, the deck, dude, and it just so happened to work out for me that time. You know, that deck could have easily have won multiple times, but I just so happened to have the right card at the right time that I needed in order to survive. So I think it's really cool. They go ahead and start first. They go ahead and slam the Delinquent Duo. I have my own duo, so hopefully you don't hit my duo. As we're going to go for a 1, they rip my Soul Exchange. I kick out the Call of the Haunted. Pass. I got Pot of Greed as well, so I'm just continuing to sack the Fusion Gate, the deck. That's the only way I can win, is if I'm sacking Fusion Gate deck. I mean, it's too powerful, obviously, as they're going to lose Fusion Gate, lose Return from the Different Dimension, Vibe. I play Swords, which that sequence I did was just absolutely abysmal there. I just noticed, oh my God, that was terrible. That was terrible, man. Because I play Swords before I play the other stuff. I should have probably set that stuff if I mean, unless they got like Green Kappa or something, but that could very well have been a Morphin Jar. And I just lose like on the spot. Like I just lose all my stuff. So I don't like the way I did that, but still it is what it is. And it worked out for me. It just had to be a Sinister Serpent. As we're going to go and set the DD Warrior Lady pass, I flip Spy, add Spy in defense position. I then go ahead and tribute up, attack position Spy, go after the set with Blowback Dragon. So Blowback Dragon doing his thing, getting 1 heads. We're going to go 2 heads, so I do get a pop there, and then smack on in. Maybe I could have tributed up the defensive one. I got the swords and then attack in, just do a little bit more damage. I think that probably is the correct way to go about it. So now they got me again. So here we go. They go reinforcements of the army. They bring out Elemental Hero Clayman. They play Polymerization from the hand. Bring out Elemental Hero Thunder Giant again, and I'm like, bro, I am cooked, because this dude has 2400 attack. And if you don't know, this dude says once per turn, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 monster on the field with the attack less than the attack of this card. Blowback has 23. This dude has 24, and that is less. So I'm like, damn, I just got absolutely Thunder Giant for everything I had, and I got no stopping to this guy, as he's going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and set the Mr. Tomato, pass back on over. They get the Sinister Serpent back again, and I'm like, damn, dude, Elemental Hero Thunder Giant is just getting absolute value out of my hitbox right now, as they got King of the Swamp, they got the Dark Hexil Fusion in hand, they get the Sinister Serpent back to the hand, and I'm like, damn, but they elect not to attack. Maybe I think you just send it. You just attack in right here. You got all the momentum, but you don't want to get blown out by Mirror Force again, perhaps. And then again, of course, I have no choice but to sack my way out, and I get the 2 Thunder Dragons, and now I got my BLS, and then it's just going to be, you know, they're just going to get out here. They're probably pissed off because I was sacking, like, no lie. I will admit that was me actively sacking the Fusion Gate, the deck, and I probably should have lost both of those games. I really do feel that way. I think he was cooking, but still, I like that deck a lot. If you guys want to see us try something like that on the channel, maybe I can get somebody to come by and give me a Fusion Gate deck, and we can make something happen. But still, cool deck. But you know, that's kind of why I wanted to showcase that replay. Okay, so the last replay that I have is going to be against a duelist going by the name of Makaibo. Makaibo doing their thing, and Makaibo will be going first, playing, I believe they're playing the Chaos Turbo strategy. So Makaibo rocking and rolling. They play Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed, going Thunder Dragon up. Boom, boom. All right, love to see it. And now they're going to set a couple cards pass. Okay, I'm absolutely just, dude. So, oh my God, I hate this. I don't want to watch this replay. I can't believe I showed this replay. But I'm sitting here, like, it's like late. It's really, really late. I got up. It's probably like, you know, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, something like that. And I was working on some other stuff, and I was like, let me just get a game in real quick. And I just started vibing, and then this happens. And I played my whole turn, and I just absolutely just did not discard Thunder Dragon. Just didn't do it. I don't know why. There's no reason to do that. That was just a mistake. Maybe you can say I'm just big braining my opponent, but I should have gotten duoed right here, or he should have ripped his card destruction here and just absolutely punished me into oblivion. But I just didn't do it. I don't know why. Completely unacceptable. Terrible play. Hate to see it. But I finally wake up, and in turn 2, I reveal the Thunder Dragon. And then instead of, I'm bugging, dude. I am tripping. Instead of going for my Nobleman to cross out, which is probably the correct play, I just sack up the breaker for Zaborg, dude. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just get crazy. Huh? Let's just get crazy on my opposition as I pop the Dekoichi. So now they got light and dark set up for no reason. I could have just played this nobleman and set spy and just been absolutely chilling, but now I'm gonna put their chaos online, no big deal, and then I'll punch on in with 24. Maybe I'm just trying to put a clock on them, perhaps. As I got Jar of Greed, they're gonna go ahead, one light, one dark, bring out Sork immediately, which is the correct play. I think going Black Leather Soldier here would have been a mistake, because Chaos Sorcerer is going to be the next dark monster for the next Chaos play that they want to make. So I think that was a pretty heads up play by my opposition as they banish the Zaborg, set the Mirror Force vibe. I go for a brain control here. I go ahead and take the Chaos Sorcerer, and instead of banishing, I just go for 23. I'm just trying to put a clock on them, and my opposition kind of realizes what I'm trying to do, trying to clock them down, and they just go Mirror Force here because it's going to set up their next Chaos play anyway, and it kind of keeps their life points in a favorable range. So still, they got Twofered and they lost some really good cards, but they're thinking about the next play, and I don't hate it. So I go ahead and just set the GK Spy, pass it back on over to my opponent. They go ahead and Thunder Dragon up, discard, pop the GK Spy, and then they set one on the field. So now I have options. If I didn't have so many set cards on the field, I could, in theory, I could Soul Exchange this BLS, or I got Mind Control, I got Nobleman Cross. I just too many answers for the board that they have presented for me as I reveal the Nobleman Cross out first. Maybe if they want a Solomon or something, I don't know what they would want to do that for. But I go ahead and summon the Mr. Tomato, and then I will go ahead and rip the Mind Control, banish the BLS, and then I'll smack on in for 14. Maybe I should have just ripped the Mind Con first. But TT is still a thing, so who knows? As they let that attack go through, they have no mons in their GY. Call of Hana is set on the field. Cool. I go ahead and then they go ahead and set the TT, and then just blast card D here just to get some value. But that kind of sucks for them because I have already cashed in my Thunder Dragons. I get 2 more. They go ahead and set Magician of Faith. Cool. I got another Nobleman Cross off the top. Boom. Pop the Magician of Faith. And then I have, and I'm just going to swing in, no need to jump into a TT situation right now. Just go ahead and just attack in directly. No big deal. My opponent gets into the Upstart Goblin. I gain 1,000. They get Wing Blast. They just pass. And I'm like continuing to pressure in with this 1,400. They finally reveal the Call of the Haunted just to stop the 1,400. And instead of, doing anything, I just elect to probably just end it right there, because no sense of going to the TT main phase 2 or something like that. I got this Premature Burial. I got this Blowback Dragon. I can get crazy next turn. My opponent go ahead and sets up another monster, passes it on over. I go ahead and jog, grab the Call of the Haunted, and then I'm going to rip the Delinquent Duo, bring out the Tribe Infecting Virus, and then smack on into the GK Spy. They don't TT here, which they could have. That would have been a pretty fair TT, maybe, after they got me to pay the card for, but then I had Premature. So maybe they're just vibing, they're just chilling as they bring out GK Spy, trying to maybe get another card from my hand, as I will go ahead and then just give them the Call of the Haunted, just to get rid of the position and then pass. They'll go ahead and bring out Breaker the Magic Warrior. Breaker can clear the tribe, and I'm like, damn, okay, cool, as I now have GK Spy. So I think about this for a second, and then I just go for Premature Burial right here. Bring out Blowback Dragon. Whatever that set is, they need to use it, and they got to use it right now. It is Torrential Tribute, so they blow up the board. But fortunately for me, I do have the GK Spy, and I'm able to just go ahead and just take a dub right there. So I think that was I think I played terribly in some spots, especially at the beginning how I started it. But I think I made some good heads-up plays towards the middle and the end of that game 1, which led to a good spot for me. All right, so going in game 2, I have I can't remember what I sided here, but I think I brought in the Trap Dust Shoots. Even though I'm going second, I feel that they're playing Turbo, and I can probably get it to be live more often than not. I am going to go ahead and rip the Delinquent Duo. I hit the Torrential Tribute. I hit the King Tiger. I set Spy, pass it on over. They got Thunder Dragons. So cool. Their Thunder Dragons are up. Right on. They just smack on into the GK Spy. What was this? Mrs. Space Spy? Okay. They're going to smack into the GK Spies. Set the wing, pass it on over, and I just set the freaking Miss Tomato pass. They're going to go ahead and reset my draw, putting the Miss Tomato back on my deck. I'm fine with this. I don't mind. It's other things that I'm glad to not, wing blast and a damn blowback dragon or something. So that's pretty cool. Wing blast and a damn guardian sphinx or something is not the way. As I go ahead and pop the sinister serpente, get that out of there, set the spot, set the damn Miss Tomato again, pass. My opponent now attacks into the Miss Tomato, and I just go ahead and speed run out the Sangan because I want to get to my Sinister Serpent just in case I need to get this tribe going. I think that's my idea. As I got Nobin Cross out number 2, and I'm just popping Magician of Faith. I don't play it, so they get rid of theirs. I set the jog, pass it over to my opposition. They read it right away, knowing it's probably something chainable. I'm trying to bait this damn counter, you know, before I want to set some real stuff, but they get right ahead of it, and then just go ahead and rip the Jargreed out of there. They get into a King Tiger Wangu situation, and I'm still kind of just chilling, draw pass. They're not doing anything to me. I could have put the spy down, but I elected not to, and we're still kind of just chilling out as they set the Jargreed. So now I feel like I gotta make something happen as I go ahead and Thunder Dragon up. And I go for Mind Control play here. Mind Control, I pop the Book of Moon. They set the Sangan, and I'm chilling with that. I bring out the Tribe Infected Virus. I'm going to pop the King Tiger, and I'm just going to start attacking and see what I can do. Worst comes worst, I feel they can, you know, attack the tribe with freaking Breaker, or if they snatch tribe, they got to lose their own Breaker. I was like, whatever, man. I got to make something happen. It's getting boring. I don't want to just sit around and do nothing. Probably nothing would have been a pretty decent play, but, you know, let's make it happen. They do bring out Kaiku, so I get the instant punishment and lose 200, lose some lights, lose some darks, whatever. And then they smack on into the GK Spy as well, lose a little bit more damage. Maybe that might have been an even better play, too. Maybe you could go in with this Breaker first, attack the Spy with Breaker, and then you attack the tribe with Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. I have no back row, so both of these attacks are going through. And then you can banish 2 of my darks because you know I'm hanging on to this Thunder Dragon, so I can get another one if need be. But that way you'll have like right now, if I can get the Kaiku off the field, my chaos is like immediately right back anyway. So I think that's a slight attacking sequence issue coming in from my opponent, but no big deal. We're still vibing. I get the Soul Exchange, so at a moment's notice, I can go Soul Exchange Thunder Dragon. I can clear whatever issues that maybe fall me as I go ahead and set the other GK Spy, take a little bit more damage, pass. I got Snatch Steal as well. Snatch Steal takes over the Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, and then I'm trying to take their graveyard offline, but Sakurazu Army is going to be the instant punish for that. Sang is now in attack position. I don't mind, my life points are pretty high. My opponent is forced to go for a Mobius maneuver here as I don't have any back row. I'm fine with this because I got this Soul Exchange. It's just looking juicy on this Mobius. I can get that thing off the field at any time I desire. So Mobius is kind of a threat, so I go ahead and make the Soul Exchange play here. Soul Exchange, set the Thunder Dragon not to immediately die to a Torrential Tribute, and then I pass it back on over to my opponent. They go for a Snatch Steal Tsukiyomi play, which is absolutely huge, so they're able to milk my spies for some more spies, and then they're finally going to just attack into the Sangan, get it off the field. I get sent to the Serpent, and they're going to call the Haunted, bring back Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer to take out the Thunder Dragon. So damn. And I'm gonna have to eat the 1200. So cool. But if you notice, you know what I'm saying, they have now set their self up for a very fierce and threatening freaking Aquaman coming back from the graveyard. Premature Barrier is showing some great strength, bringing back Tribe Infecting Virus. I'm able to blow up all of these spellcasters before smacking on in for what should be the end of the duel, as Miss Tomato is going to reach on in there, and then they're going to just set the Tsukiyomi, and I have Ring of Destruction for a game, and that's going to be a GG. So GG to my opponent. Like I said, the gameplay, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to be the strongest player. I'm going to make a couple misplays here and there. Everybody does. But still, I just want to showcase the ideas and the concepts behind Soul Exchange. I think this card is okay. I think it's good enough to be played. I think it could almost be a meta breaking card because it's good against Warriors, it's good against Control, it's good against Turbo if you can use it right. So maybe loading your deck with a ton of Monarch monsters or loading your deck with a ton of Metamorphoses, it might not be the way to go, but maybe something like this. Maybe more blowbacks, maybe not Zaborg, maybe more tribute monsters, maybe even Jinzo, spell cancels, things of that nature to put the damn Soul Exchange to work. Maybe Ectoplasm or Soul Exchange could be good because anything that requires a tribute, you can use it with Soul Exchange. As always, get into the comment section and let me know what you think about Soul Exchange. How would you play Soul Exchange? Do you think it's ass? Do you think it's decent? I think it's fairly decent, and I think it's totally playable in our meta game. But that's all I have. As always, like, subscribe. I'm JDZ. I play Ghosts. To the next time. Shout out to all the real ones. Salute to the OGs. Peace.